Good morning, Titans, and happy Thursday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, even though it is super cold outside. Last week, I asked you what would be your first executive order that you would want to write if you were President of the United States, and I got some great answers. I'm going to go ahead and share those now. Jody in sixth grade said that the first executive order that she would write would be that everyone needed to go around the streets and pick up trash and clean up lakes and the ocean so that animals would have a clean habitat to live in. So Jody obviously cares about the environment, and her first executive order would be something involved with cleaning up the environment. A very good job. Amelia in eighth grade said that her first executive order would be to address orphanages and homeless people and other people that found themselves in need of food. And she said about taking extra food from businesses and communities and redistributing it to where it was needed. I think that's a fantastic idea because those are some of our more at risk and in need populations. And that definitely would be a great place to focus an executive order. Great job, Amelia. Richard in sixth grade said that he, similarly to what Amelia said that he would take massive steps to end homelessness and food instability. That reminds me of a phrase where you can feed a man for a day, but if you teach them how to fish, then they can feed themselves for a lifetime. So massive steps to end homelessness would be helping to get those community members jobs or mental health care services or homes, things like that, that would help them become members of the community and provide for themselves, as opposed to just let me feed you for a day. So I like your thinking, Richard. That's very grown-up thinking for you to be like, I'm going to take massive steps to end these giant problems. He said they're the two greatest plagues in this country. And that's some very good thinking. I have an anonymous writer in the sixth grade that said, my first executive order would be adding LGBTQ rights to all states and outlawing discrimination, and adding a prison sentence to all discrimination, making it a federal offense or felony. So that's a good executive order too, to create some rights for some more discriminated against populations. So great job, anonymous person. I wish you were brave enough to tell me who you are, because I'm proud of your thinking, but that's okay if you're not. That's totally fine to say anonymous. Even if you don't want to share who you are, I still appreciate your thinking. So great job, those of you that submitted an executive order that you would write if you were in office for your first week as president. So this week, I was thinking about a question that I wanted to ask you, and I'm really curious what you guys will say, because I hear kids all the time say, well, if I were the teacher, we would do da, da, da. And so I want to ask you just that. If you were a teacher and you could teach your kids anything, so teachers have to teach math, science, social studies, literacy, all those subjects that are important that you know, so that when you go out into the working world, you understand how to do things and how to work and how to produce a product and how to solve problems and run a business or whatever it is you choose to do. So if you were a teacher and you could teach your kids anything, and what would you teach them and why? So what is a skill, or what is a topic, or what is something that you think should be part of our curriculum and maybe it's not? Or what is something that you see in our curriculum that you think should be more a part of our curriculum? So the question for this week is, if you were a teacher and you could teach your students anything you wanted to teach them, what would you teach them and why? So I want you to put some thought into this one, because I hear kids all the time tell me, oh, I wish I were a teacher because we would do recess all day. But that wouldn't be feasible, because recess all day may not prepare you to go out and get a job when you graduate high school and go to college. Recess all day might not necessarily prepare you to run a business or to fulfill all those dreams you have. So if you were a teacher, what is it you would teach those students that would help them be ready for the future that's ahead of them? Okay, so think about it and go to the Northwest Cabarrus homepage and let me know your response. I can't wait to hear your thinking. Have a fantastic Thursday, and don't forget, log into your live homeroom team meeting on Friday. Have a great day.
Hi guys, my name is Arushi and I'm from Student Council, and today I will be sharing some information about Arthur Ashe. Arthur Ashe Jr. was an American professional tennis player who won 3 Grand Slam single-titled. Ashe was the first black player selected to the United States Davis Cup team and the only black man ever to win the single title at Wimbledon. He retired in